Our next guest is Marcia Rohrer. She's a childbirth educator, and she specializes in the Lamaze method. Now, Marcia has a BA from Purdue University in elementary and special education, and she had nearly a year of training in Houston with a community-based childbirth group. And she's certified by ASPA, which we'll find out about a little later on in this interview. Welcome, Marcia.
Hi.
Marcia, I'm particularly interested in this interview since I'm a member of one of your classes, along with my wife, preparing for our first child. I want to first explain what the Lamaze method is and give us a little bit on its background.
Well, first of all, it began, say, in the 1940s. Russia was doing a lot of work with expectant mothers and laboring women and found that hypnosis really took too long to involve, to help the woman through her labor. So they began using some conditioning techniques, which kind of goes back to Pavlov's work. And in 1951, an obstetrician from France, Dr. Lamaze, went to an obstetric convention in Russia, observed what they were doing, was very excited about it, took it back to France, and modified it at that point for his cultural needs. At that point, an American woman named Marjorie Carmel was in France, having her first baby, and had Dr. Lamaze as her obstetrician. Had a very nice experience. Her husband was present and was very excited. When she came back to New York City several years later to have her second child, she was met with a much different response in terms of having a prepared childbirth and having her husband with her. She wrote a book called Thank You, Dr. Lamaze, and telling of her experiences. Then later, she and Elizabeth Bing, who is a very prolific writer of childbirth material, got together and formed ASPO, which you've already referred to.
And what does that stand for?
ASPO stands for the American Society for Psychoprophylaxis in Obstetrics. Psychoprophylaxis is a very involved word, but basically it means mind prevention. It comes from the Russians who were doing the work in about 1949, but it alludes to the fact that you are working a lot on the mind in Lamaze to help prepare you for your labor and delivery.
Is that the basic emphasis of Lamaze?
The basic emphasis is on all types of education, and in any way that you can help this expectant couple deal with labor and delivery as best suits them. You are trying to offer them tools that they can use for their labor and delivery, and a lot of those tools are in the forms of education.
Well, how is the course structured?
Basically, my course is structured for 5 weeks, meeting for 2.5 hours each time, and we meet on Sunday afternoons and Sunday evenings. Mm-hmm. And basically it's a little bit of lecture, a little bit of discussion, some demonstration, some charts, participation from class, that sort of thing.
Well, I've had 2 classes now. We have some more to go. We've been practicing breathing exercises for different stages. We've seen a movie on childbirth, and you told us about different measurements to measure the mother's progress in giving birth. What will be coming up in the other classes we'll be having?
Well, there is still a lot to do. A lot of it is also discussing not only just labor and delivery, which is what really we've been doing so far in your class, but also discussing the fact that there might be a possible cesarean delivery. How will you cope with that? What might be involved? Discussing the newborn, breastfeeding, the new family at home in those postpartum days. So there's still a lot to do that is not strictly labor and delivery.
Now, you asked us on the first day of class to list what questions we had, and the one question I had was, what's my job in the operating room? And you still didn't get to that yet. Now I've got you captured here. Can you give me a quick answer to that question?
Well, you probably know more of the answer to that than you realize. What kinds of things have you been doing? What have you been doing in class with Karen?
Well, we've been learning how I can help control her breathing and help her relax by doing massages and just be her coach and help her through the experience, I suppose.
Okay, so you've hit upon one of the big things. You're going to be her support. And Lamaze, it's a big part of it, I feel, is to have someone there, a significant person. It's not necessarily the husband. It might be a good friend, but as long as that person is important to the expectant mother and will be with her and be her support, it does a lot to relieving anxiety and helping with the relaxation, and it gives that expectant mother a lot of, feeling of security to know there's someone there with her.
Now, where are your classes held?
The Western Branch of the YMCA on Kirkwood Highway.
What's the cost, and how can viewers contact you?
The cost is $35 for the 5-week series, and also I teach a refresher class, which is 3 weeks long. It's $25 for couples who have already had a prepared childbirth. They can reach me at my home, which is 239-2025.
Why don't you give that number again?
239-2025.
What do doctors think of the Lamaze method? Are they supportive?
I think that you will find a wide variation in their opinion, along with hospital staff and nurses. But generally speaking, I feel that you get a lot of support from the medical community. Physicians and labor room nurses have said that they feel that you're making your job easier for them, that an expectant mother and father who have been to the classes know a lot more. They are more receptive to suggestions if there's a problem that comes up. They're discussing cesarean deliveries. The couple knows what they're talking about, and you have a more relaxed couple you're dealing with.
And of course you've had 2 children of your own, so you've been through the experience twice.
Yes, we took classes just very similar to the way you're taking classes in preparation for our first child. Leanne is now 6 and Max is 4.5. And my husband was with me for both labor and deliveries.
Well, I want to thank you for coming on the show, Marcia, and I'll try to be a good student for the rest of the classes.
Oh, you've done well so far.
Thanks. This has been Marcia Rohrer. She's a childbirth educator specializing in the Lamaze method, and if you'd like more information, what number can they call again?
It's 239-2025.
Thank you very much.